When Porsche introduced the all-electric battery-powered Taycan, and little did it know that just 2 years later, in the second quarter of 2021, that the Taycan would become one of the best-selling cars in its lineup for that year. Now here we are, 3 years later, and things are looking a little different. I got some numbers looking at the latest quarter for Porsche. We're going to go through those numbers and see if there's trouble on the horizon for Porsche's battery strategy. Guys, my name is Don. You're looking at the Better Car Guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right into this. So in 2021, Porsche had a record-breaking year. They had a total sales of around 302,000 vehicles. The sales leader was the Macan EV, which sold about 88,000 vehicles. That was followed by the Cayenne SUV, which had about 83,000 vehicles sold. And then coming up right on the heels was the all-new 2-year-old battery electric Taycan, which sold around 42,000 vehicles. And those were some strong numbers for a very tumultuous year. Remember, during 2021, we had record supply chain disruptions. We were just getting out of the throes of COVID and everything was out of whack. And yet, Porsche had one of its best years yet. Now here we are, we're in 2024, and I want to see how Porsche's cars are selling now that we're 3 years removed from 2021, and see if the way the trends are going with the Taycan has something to say to Porsche about its all-in strategies on battery electric vehicles. So help me along in deciphering these numbers. I'm going to throw up some numbers on screen so you guys can kind of see what I'm looking at and kind of follow along with the sales figures for Porsche's sales for the second quarter of 2024 compared against the sales figures for the same time period in 2023. And we're going to starting from the best-selling models to the worst. We're going to start with the eponymous 911. Now, they don't break it out by different models within that species of car, because the 911 you have everything from the Carrera all the way up to the GT2 RS with a number of different models in between. But the 911 as a whole, in the second quarter of 2023, they sold 3,140 of those models. And in 2024, that increased almost 53% to 4,790 models of the 911 sold. That's a 53% increase in Q2 2024 over Q2 2023. If we're looking at the Cayenne, which is the next best-selling model for the year 2024, in 2023, between April and June, they sold 4,618 Cayennes. In the same time period in 2024, Porsche sold 6,907, which was basically like a 50% increase in sales in Q2 2024 over the same time period in Q2 2023. For the 718, which is both the Boxster and the Cayman models, in 2023 they sold 1,152 of those combined vehicles during April to June. In 2024, between April to June, they sold 1,315, which is a 14% increase over the 2023 in sales for that second quarter 2024. For the Panamera, which is a luxury sedan, in the second quarter of 2023, Porsche sold 1,024 of those models. In 2024, they had a new update to the Panamera in 2024, and I'm not sure if that's hitting the dealerships as yet, but they did see a 13% increase in the same time period in 2024. They sold 1,152 of the Panamera sedans compared to 1,024 in 2023. So that's about a 13% increase. And then we switch to the Macan. The Macan is a smaller version of the Cayenne SUV. That one was introduced in 2013 and has been a pretty good seller for Porsche. But for 2023 and 2024, the numbers are not looking so hot. So in the second quarter of 2023, Porsche was able to move 7,326 units of the Macan, And for the same time period in 2024, Porsche was able to move 6,333 models, which is a staggering 14% decrease. So here's where things get a little sketchy for the Macan. So in 2025, I believe Porsche is going to have two powertrain variants of the Macan. You're going to be able to get, in the US, you're going to be able to get a gasoline, and then you're also going to be able to get a fully battery electric version. And those are now starting to hit the dealership. So I want to see what those numbers are going to look like in the third quarter, on the fourth quarter of 2024, and the first and second quarter of 2025. But the way these numbers are trending, going from 7,326 in the second quarter of 2023 to 6,333 in the second quarter 2024, a 14% decline. Unless the new models are a staggering hit, Porsche may see an overall decline in the sale of Macan in their year-end sales. The Taycan. So in 2021, they sold a total of 42,000 Taycans. It's not shaping up to be that good this year. So for 2023, they sold 1,635 Taycans in the second quarter of 2023. So far in 2024, second quarter, they sold 807 Taycans, which is a 51% decrease. And there may be a reason for that, because Porsche has redesigned the Taycan, so there's a new one coming out. So maybe people are just waiting for the new one to come out. But if the numbers don't dramatically increase for the Taycan, Porsche may end the year negative compared to 2023 for sales of the Taycan. So what I want to do now is I want to look at the first half of 2023 compared to this first half of 2024 overall for all of these different model lines for Porsche, and see what the numbers are showing for the first half of 2024 compared to the first half of 2023. Has it gone up? Is it going down? Or is it flat? So for the 911 in 2023, the first half, Porsche sold 5,650 units of the Porsche 911. So far in 2024, they sold 6,720 units, which represents a 19% increase in 2024 over the first half of 2023. For the Cayenne, which has just had a redesign, in 2023, they moved 8,911 units of the Cayenne. So far in the first half of 2024, they moved 10,168 units, which represent a 14% increase. Good numbers, could be better. For the 718, one thing I didn't mention with the 718 in 2025, that car is only going to exist with an electric powertrain. There is not going to be any gasoline options for the Cayman or the Boxster models. So in 2023, Porsche moved 2,276 units of the 718, Cayman and Boxsters combined. So far in 2024, there's been a 7% decrease with a total of 2,112 units moved. For the Panamera luxury sedan in 2023, the first half, Porsche was able to move 2,030 of those. So far in 2024, there's been a 17% decrease. That's a huge number, 17% decrease, representing 1,675 Panameras sold in the first half of 2024. And it gets worse. For the Macan, in 2023, the first half, Porsche moved 14,306 units. In the first half of 2024, Porsche moved 12,004 units of the Macan, which is representing a 16% decrease. And then for the Taycan, the all-electric battery luxury sedan, in 2023, in the first half of 2023, Porsche was able to move 3,162 combined models of the Taycan. So far in 2024, there's been a staggering decrease over the first half of 2023, 35%. That's a huge number, 35%, one third, more than one third. decrease. So far in 2024, the first half of 2024, Porsche has been able to move 2,054 units of the Taycan. So far for the entire year of 2024, Porsche has been able to sell 34,073 vehicles, which is a net positive increase over 2023, where they sold 33,173 vehicles in all. So it seems like there's a rebalancing going on where the 911 is selling strong, but then we're seeing decreases in sales of the other models in the Porsche lineup. The 718, the Panamera, the Macan, and the Taycan have all seen sales reduction compared to 2023 so far when you compare quarter to quarter and first half to first half. So we are going to look at these numbers again at the end of the third quarter and as well as the end of the year to kind of see where Porsche ends up with its sales, and then what are those sales saying overall about Porsche's move to widespread battery adoption in some of its more popular models like the Macan, which at one point was its sales leader, the Taycan, and then it's moving its 718, Boxster, and Cayman to electric. What will the sales figure reveal for Porsche when it does that? Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.